Where are your energy leaks? Do you even know that you have energy leaks? Do you know who and what leaks your energy? Who fills you? And Satnam, Shiv Shankar, Feel Better Coach. I've been thinking about this on my walk. This has been a process for about 17, 18 years for me, of a friend coming over one evening, having a really hard time for about the 50th time, and the same situation. And I loved my love for my friend, but when they left, I felt really, really drained. I also felt very disillusioned about love. And at the time I was 34, I really didn't expect that I would ever find love, didn't really know what that was. And their experience just really disillusioned me. And I wrote a poem, sort of like 5 lines, and it said, your love is like a knife that dances on my skin, caressing every curve as it makes its way down to cut my throat. And so I was like, wow, that's pretty powerful. And I realized that when people leave us, they can leave us either charged or drained, and we do the same to them. So the question becomes, who's draining you and who's charging you? Now, this doesn't mean that every time someone has a challenge, you say, oh, you're draining me, you're out. Of course not. That's not what friendship's about. But by the same token, friendship also isn't about just sharing your rainy days. It isn't all just about sharing your challenges, right? It's about sharing the sunshine. It's about sharing the joy as well. So think about that. The next time you have a telephone call, someone's texting you. Maybe someone's texting you at a time that you'd rather be quiet, but you feel obligated, because that's what we do, right? We feel obligated, and then we do it, and then we resent it, and then we become the martyr, and then we become bitter. Do you see where it's going? So what if you remove them? Now, that doesn't mean that you never talk to them again, but maybe you start engaging with them in a different way. This is something with my clients that we generally work on with in-laws. That one seems to be the one that needs to be redefined. And just in the same way as many of our friends, you can't really just cut off your in-laws. Or you can, and in some instances, people have. But you really want to try everything you can beforehand, because it's a relationship that's going to last a lifetime, right? So how can you find your peace with it? Well, you can't find peace if you don't understand what the relationship's doing to you. So if you don't know that it's draining you, how could you possibly look to spend less time, or to redefine the time that you're spending? And it takes 2 dogs to fight, and it takes 2 dogs, 2 people to text back and forth, or to do phone conversations. Stop picking up the phone. Stop being available. It's okay not to be available. If you can't say no, don't pick up. And don't feel like you have to respond immediately, because you don't. You can take a pause. But it's a practice that is, just in the beginning, just take stock, right? Almost grading your experience with people of, did you feel filled or did you feel kind of drained? Is that usual? No, normally I really feel filled, but today she's really down, so I feel drained. Or no, she's going through a really bad patch right now, but our relationship's really solid, and I know that this is a bad patch, right? And then there's just people who just never seem to get out of the skids. And that doesn't mean that you drop them, but it might mean that you drop it as a priority, because quite often that will be the distraction that is keeping you from doing what you need to do, because you're in helper syndrome. And like I said, you're helping, and then you feel like you resent it, you become a martyr, then you become a bitter person, and then your friends don't understand why you're being like that, and all because you didn't know how to say no, or didn't realize that this relationship is draining you. So I'd love to hear from you. How are your relationships in your life? I've got to say, I probably have the fewest friends than I've ever had, and it feels really good because they've been with me for a very long time. My friend I'm staying with has known me whose home we're staying in, has known me for 17 years, 18 years. Yeah, 18 years. I was an attorney. Knew me back in that life. And so what I've realised is, a few good friends are worth a lot more than a whole rowdy bunch. So start looking at your garden of friends and seeing who's uplifting you, who's draining you, and who needs a little redefinition, a reframe, a little new routine around communication. So let me know your experience down below. Can you think of someone right now that you're like, ooh, when they call me, I am just drained. Or I dread picking up the phone. There's another one where you're just like, you're looking at the phone thinking, do I take it or not? Yeah, those energy drains, get them out. All right, this is Shiv Chankar with the Naked Truth Shower Talk, standing in my naked truth so that we can shed the layers of what's holding us back so we can become who we were born to be and shine. What's not to love about that? If you want more of that, come over to feelbetterlife.com and join us over there. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I will see you very soon.